you want to say about coffee, anybody?
Yeah, I'll have a coffee.
Welcome to our next interview in our series of interview with parliamentary candidates in Warrington. Today we're joined by Clare Aspinall, who is standing for the Brexit Party in Warrington South. Clare, thank you for joining us this morning, a very early one. How's the campaign going so far?
It's good. We're out doing some street stalls this weekend. We'll be out leafleting throughout the week. So yeah, it's good. It kicked off proper now. So.
And I mean, what was it that sort of made you want to stand as a parliamentary candidate?
Oh, that's a good question. So I suppose for me, it's seeing the two-party system and their belief that they have the divine right to not be challenged. And I think it needs a proper shake-up. I'm all for keeping tradition, but I think we need to move with the times. I think people are keen to see a newer, fresher parliament, more direct democracy. And having done being a councillor, it makes you infuriated in how it all works or doesn't work at the moment. And there's so many changes that could be made to make things better.
And you're obviously not from Warrington, but are you quite familiar with the area and the constituency?
Yes, I am. So my husband grew up in Birchwood. I have family from here. My children are very familiar with the area. We're big Warrington Wolves supporters. Come to most home games if we can. And we would have moved here, but so my daughter has ASD, so she is at a special school, and that is the only reason we don't live in Warrington.
I think I've got to bring Brexit up next, obviously. I mean, have you been quite disappointed, number one, with Nigel Farages' decision to step aside in huge amounts of constituencies held by the Tories? I just wanted to start with that, really.
I agree with the decision. I think it's been helpful. It would have been nice to see us fielding candidates that were very heavy leave areas where they have a Remain Tory at the moment. But I agree with the party decision. I think it's a sensible approach. Our main aim is to really not have a second referendum. The first referendum should be respected. So, yeah.
And if it was out of Boris Johnson's deal or remaining in the EU, would you rather remain?
Gosh, the deal as it stands is it ties us too much to the EU, so it ties us in financially, it ties us in politically. So for me personally, and I think you'll get the same response from our Warrington North candidate, that we would rather remain than sign up to it.
Yeah,
it's that bad. But we are supporting the Conservatives in trying to get Brexit done. But we want to get Brexit members in Parliament so they can really hold his feet to the fire to make sure that it's done properly.
Is yours preferred sort of option a full, hard, clean Brexit?
It was a clean break. People voted to leave the EU, and democracy should be respected. That referendum should be respected, and we should leave the EU, and all that it entails. It's the negotiating done so far is not been fantastic, let's be honest. And we shouldn't have removed no deal off the table because it weakens your hand. So it should be a proper break. There's the rest of the world. It's not against Europe or Europeans, it's against the EU as a body. They're not, they're very undemocratic. They've seen that the news this morning about they're going to sue the UK government for not electing an EU commissioner.
And in terms of the potential economic hit with, say, a no deal, potentially in the shorter term, would you think that's worth taking?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do, because I think it's for our long-term future. I don't honestly think there's going to be a huge economic hit, but I'm not an economist. I would just base it on what you see business saying. But we can revert to world trade rules. People are still going to trade with us. We're the fifth biggest economy in the world. We're not going to fall off a cliff.
And aside from Brexit, would you also be committed to sort of addressing other key issues facing the area, such as green belt development, such as traffic, the NHS as well?
Yes. So having it's particularly for me, it's mental health issues in young people. Having experience going through the process myself with my own daughter. It just needs a real shake-up. The green belt issues, I've seen it from local councils being able to change the green belt at whim, and it's not good for people. It isn't, the green belt is is so vitally important for wildlife, for people's well-being. The trees for the atmosphere and carbon reduction. So it's and in an area like Warrington that's so heavily surrounded by motorways that are hugely entrenched with traffic. You need that. It's absolutely needed. So I would back anything that maintains the green belt. We've certainly said in our campaign literature that is one of our priorities, to maintain the green belt. We would like to see a new hospital ward in Warrington, a state-of-the-art hospital with state-of-the-art facilities. It's been bad need of upgrade.
And so much attention also being placed on the constituency in the battle for Warrington South. Every election, with the exception of 2 elections since 1983, whichever party has secured, Warrington South, their party, secured the biggest number of seats in Parliament. Is there not a fear, though, that those who are voting for the Brexit Party could split the Tory vote somewhat and let Labour claim the seat?
People deserve a choice. You can't be ruled by your fears. I honestly believe that people deserve a choice. There are plenty of people who are disillusioned with the Labour Party, that would not feel comfortable with voting for the Conservative Party, and in this country we vote for parties, and that party rules the government, and there are gaps for different types of voters who don't want to stick with the norm, who want a change.
And obviously coming onto social media obviously opens up access with the electorate and politicians, but it has quite a dark side as well. Many politicians facing huge levels of abuse. Have you been subject to any abuse on social media in recent months or years?
Of course, and I think it goes with the territory. And it shouldn't be expected, but I think that's just the nature of the day and age. It's not responding to it, rising above it. Just you have to develop a thick skin.
And if you are elected on December the 12th and become an MP, I mean, what's your main political aim in the longer term? Do you have political ambitions?
I just want to do a good job. That's my political ambition, if you like, is to do the right job, to deliver direct democracy to the constituency.
Of course. And if you weren't elected on December the 12th, would that be the end of your ambition to become an MP, or would you continue striving to achieve that?
Gosh, that's a very good question. I don't know. I can't honestly answer that. I don't know. At the moment, I'm thinking forward to this current campaign, and we're working very hard. Both myself and Elizabeth in Warrington North, we work as a team, and we work as a very good team, and we're very passionate about the area.
Have you got real confidence between yourselves, you and Elizabeth, that Warrington could return 2 Brexit Party MPs?
I don't think you can ever have confidence, but we're trying our best. We're giving it our best shot. We're putting our heart and soul into it.
And just to finish, I mean, do you think the timing of the general election just before Christmas, do you think that'll have a negative impact on the turnout?
No, I don't think so. I think it's people are very passionate about politics now. I think we're much more engaged than we used to be, and this is an issue that's hugely important for the country. So I don't think the fact that it gets dark at 4 o'clock is going to stop people voting. And I really dislike the way that mainstream media and some politicians have said that people are incapable of going out to vote when it's dark.
Of course. And probably near impossible to take your mind off politics and Brexit, but I mean, what do you do in your free time to try and take your mind off things? So I have 2 young children, they're 5 and 7, and they are very, very high-spirited. So we do a lot of things as a family to keep them occupied. We are massive fans of Warrington Wolves, and that's from my husband's side of the family. They are primrose and blue all the way. And we just do normal stuff that you do. Yes, I shout at my children. Most parents do. We just do normal family stuff. Cheers for your time today, Claire. Thank you.